which is a lot like tax season for me. I get to prepare myself by going to the gym and getting my hair done, all in hopes that I'll meet a really rich guy that will make all of my debt disappear. But actually that's year-round for me, so. But it is wedding season, which is a great time of year for me. I get to get all dressed up, be painfully aware of how single I am. It's awesome. My favorite wedding event, though, is the bachelorette party, where you get a group of women together and you make your best friend wear a veil with little pink penises all over it. And in return, you drink out of a penis straw in public. This last one I went to, though, we didn't do any of that. Hashtag, we kept it classy. But I was sitting there at dinner without a blinking penis ring on my hand. I was thinking, why is that even a thing? Like, why do we parade around on our last night of freedom, like, you know, with all these penis-themed things that are like, we're supposed to have that as be the male equivalent to like their bachelor party? Like, that doesn't add up at all. So I know that there's a guy somewhere out there laughing his ass off at us. Hashtag, we are on to you. You might be wondering why I'm hashtagging, and the reason is that I feel like hashtagging has gotten a bad rep. It's a really useful marketing tool, and it can also let you know who's a complete moron in your newsfeed. You know who I'm talking about, those people that are like, hashtag thee, hashtag best, hashtag day, hashtag ever. And the worst part is when they like string them all together with no spaces in between, and you're like, the first letter is bolded and the rest isn't, what is wrong with you? Hashtag can't even. But yeah, it's Facebook can kind of be a place of frustration for me, but for the most part it's a place of hope. The frustrating part is when you break up with someone nowadays, you know, they don't disappear, they're still there. You know, you can't pretend that they went to Africa to help feed the hungry and got some terrible flesh-eating disease. No, they're still there, liking your statuses, making snarky comments about how they're ready to make babies now. Awesome. Which leads me to the hopeful part. You know, I see my friends out there that are, you know, having babies, getting married in that order. And you know, I'm really happy for them. They're leading completely blissful lives. It's awesome. And it makes me think that I should do that too. So I started online dating, and I went out with this guy who's also a designer. And within the first 5 minutes, he told me that I can make more money at another company. So for me, the date was over at that point, so I did what anybody else would do and ordered another scorpion bowl. Hashtag, I'm keeping it classy. But you know, I got into my Uber car that night and I vented to my driver about how awful my date was and how I give up. And he was like, that's it. That's when it happens, when you give up. I was like, that's the 3 magic words I had to say to like make my dream guy appear. I give up. Okay. But you know, so since I've given up, I've just realized that I need to supplement not having a relationship with other interactions with people in my life. So I've been snuggling with my dog more, and I, you know, get passive aggressively angry at my coworkers for not noticing my haircut. As I'm getting off the phone with my guy friends, I say, "Tell me I'm pretty." And I ask a homeless person like where they want to go to eat, and then we argue about it. But the makeup sex is really great. So. Hashtag I really gave up. I actually been hanging out with my Italian grandmother a lot. She's at that age where she, you know, really can stay and do whatever she wants. Like I was actually driving her to a wedding, and she says to me, you know, I think I'm going to go back to church. I'm like, you haven't been to church since you got married. Why would you do that now? She's like, well, I take those sleeping pills and I think all sorts of wonderful things. Like, great, Nadia. I'm so glad the drugs are working for you. I actually reminded her of that story while I was writing this, and she was like, yeah, I really miss those pills. The best was, though, recently I walked up to her at my little cousin's dance recital, and she had like this bump on her lip, and I was like, Nadia, what happened to the face? And she's like, without even flinching, she's like, I kissed a couple guys I shouldn't have. Hashtag classiness runs in my family. But you know what, guys, it happened. I gave up. I wasn't looking for anyone special, and I found the guy of my dreams at the Barnstable County Fair. I noticed him first at the petting zoo farm. He punched 3 times with the hand sanitizer, and I thought to myself, you know, that's the kind of guy that like keeps it clean and like probably doesn't have an STD yet. So, so I did what any other girl would do. I walked up to him, offered him some bubble tape, and we started like, talking and walking together. Or when suddenly a screaming child ran past us, and I was like, ooh. And he looked at me and was like, you know what, I'm not really sure if I want to have kids. I was like, me either, yay. But so we went to go get something to eat, and we walked by the tempura truck, and he was like, you know what, I don't know about that. That's pretty exotic. Let's go get some chicken Caesar salad on a stick. And like, normally I'm like, oh, somebody I like want to be with. I wanted them a little bit more cultured and adventurous, but I gave up, so it's fine. But as we were sitting there sharing a table with this older couple that was, passing their teeth back and forth to help each other chew. I mean, I looked into his eyes and I was like, that's really sweet. And so he took out his teeth and offered them to me. I was like, I don't think I'm there yet, but that's really sweet. But, so then we were walking by the game booths, and he's like, you know what, I'm really not into playing games. And I was like, this is awesome. He's like, let's go for a ride. I was like, this is getting better. So I was a little disappointed when he meant the Ferris wheel, because I was like, this is the kind of guy that gets right to the point. So we were on the Ferris wheel, and he asked me, if I would want to join the carnival with him and travel the country. And I was like, you know what, Jim Bob, this is moving a little too fast for me. But I gave up. So look for Facebook posts of me and Jim Bob traveling around the country together on my Facebook. Hashtag it finally happened.
I won't say anything this time, even though I just did.